friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I'm so excited. I have my electricity back and I have my heat and I have my water and I have my internet. Yay! So I'm gonna have a normal day tomorrow. We got it back today around, I don't know, it was this afternoon sometime, but early afternoon, so that was awesome. But anyway, so now I can kind of function normally. But I'm here with my flip through of my design team project for Tsunami Rose for February. And what I did was use her ephemera kit. It was her Valentine ephemera kit, and it's called, it says it has 30 pieces, I believe, in the description. And so it's in her shop, which will be linked below. And she has different sections. So she has a Valentine section. And so in there you'll find several things, but one of them is her ephemera digital kit. And I found it very interesting because I found that I could use it in so many different ways. So so neat. And I thought maybe, that it could be used also for other things besides Valentine's Day. So I wanted to show you what I did with it. So this is I have a couple of stacks here to show you. So I made this little envelope here. I decorated an envelope. I'm kind of going to try to go quickly and not, describe it too much, but just tell you what I made here. This is another envelope, and let's see, no, I didn't put anything in there, but there's two layers. There's just kind of an aged kind of browning envelope where I added some red cardstock and then a piece from Daisy's kit. Here's a little flip up kind of card. It's pink cardstock with a piece from the kit. And then this is a couple layers here where it's white cardstock with pink cardstock and a piece from the kit there. And you can see what I mean by, it might say something about Valentine's, but it's also very vintage looking. So, and some of them are like retro looking. So just some really neat little journaling cards and things I can use in journals now. So this is a little card. It flips up that way, and I added that little piece there from the kit. It has a little quote and this pretty lady. So when you see this, it's not like you say, oh, Valentine's Day, it's just a pretty card. This is a cute little card. This one opens this way. It's on white cardstock, and this was the piece from the kit. It just looked pretty all by itself because it already has this inner part with the scallop edge and then the red border. I just thought that was so pretty. So that's a little card. These are the two pieces that I made into journaling cards, or they can be pockets or whatever I decide to do with them later. But they were put on, the pieces from the kit were put onto my painted vintage atlas pages. So that's what those are. You can see it on the back there. So those are really fun. And then this one and this one are also, like, this is embossed cardstock on the back, on the base. And you can see it here, hopefully. Yeah, I get out of the shadows there. But this is a piece from the kit, and then I added this pretty heart trim up here. And that's some vintage trim that I've had in my stash for a while. And then here is a tag. That's a piece of vintage tablecloth there that I cut into a piece that looked like a ribbon and added as a little topper. And that can also be, journaling space. And this is scrapbook paper that I copied on. So, and these are the two book pages. A lot of this stack we did on video. This stack here we did not do on video, but these are the envelopes I had made, and I just added pieces. I had them made, and I had them sitting here waiting for me to do something with them. And so I just added little pieces from the kit to decorate these, and they came out so cute. So here's the stack that you have not seen yet. Look at this. And I just went through every piece from the kit and said, what can I do with this that's different? You know what I mean? So like these four here, I think all these green ones, I pulled out a little pack of cards that I had, cards and envelopes that I had picked up at a thrift store. And they were just like this, kind of this size. This is the size they were. They already had this, see, like this one has this kind of almost like a pinking sheared edge. That's how it was. And they have a lot of them have like, they're two-tone, like they're light. You see this is a light green, and then on the back it's a little bit darker green, but not dark green, but you know what I mean, it's darker than this side. Anyway, so this is what I did with this one. This is a piece from the kit that I put on here, and I added some bling, some pink bling on the top and the bottom. So that was, you know, like I said, I was trying to think of different things to do in this pile that I hadn't done yet in the other pile. So these are all put on here, and I think these are all sewn around. So this is zigzag stitched around. It's white thread, but even though you know, it doesn't like stand out, the white thread, it still has that stitch mark, which I really like. And these two are straight stitched around. And then this one is that same piece, but I put it on a card, which is pink cardstock. And it kind of came together because this is a rosy color here, kind of rosy, and I thought the pink went with that. And I think it really looks pretty together. And here are a couple, you know, these are all, a lot of these are from, I think most of these are from that, I'll tell you when I don't have one from that little card kit. It was a card and envelope kit that I had picked up at a thrift store. So all of these are from that little card kit. And then I have had in my stash here for a while and really needed to do something with. So this is a piece from the kit here that I cut out and put on a doily. This was a coffee dye doily. I added these little kind of like bronze little bling. These are square, and these are kind of round but kind of like faceted. A green piece of greenery acetate sticker from my In Love Arts package that I had picked up or received, and then a piece of lace back there. So, you know, that's quite different from the others. Again, from the kit here, some of that red heart trim. And on this I put a piece of the trim, like it's the same trim as this right here, but I put it, this is underneath, see, I put it on the back. I glued it on the back actually, and this one I glued on the front. And then added these little like pearl, these are those little pearl stickers. I added a row of them right there, right in the middle of that kind of lace where the holes are. You know, I'm talking about these holes right here. Like this one, you can see the pretty color through them. And this one, instead of leaving, you can still see the color around the pearls, but then I put that string, you know, row of pearls there. And I thought that was something different than I had never done before. And I thought that was pretty, the way that turned out. And then here, a piece from the kit, the base here, it's on this cardstock. You can see it's brighter on this side and a lighter on this side. This is a little Dollar Tree sticker that I've had probably for at least 2 years, and I saw I used one there. There was a heart there, and you can see it behind, pink heart, and I put that on top. And then lace here, lace here. You can see I faced this one up, and then here's some of that heart. So kind of layered lace pieces there. This is another one of the Dollar Tree hearts I put on here, and you can see what that is. These three are the same base, pink scalloped edge, or here's 4 of them actually. And so I'll just show you these 4. They're all pretty different actually. So this one, you can see it's a darker pink on the back. Isn't that pretty? So journaling room. But on this one, it's this piece from the kit, which is the retro kind of looking piece. And then some of that pink bling I put on the top and the bottom of that one. This one I added a little piece of trim there and a little piece of tatting right there. This one I added a lace little topper with, this is actually a pin or a little brooch, and it has little gemstones in it. So I thought that was neat. I was trying to figure out a way to use that, so that's how I did it. And this, I just added a little piece of red ribbon up there as it like a tag. So this one is a pink cards, just pink cardstock, where I added this piece. See, this doesn't scream Valentine's to you, but it's just a vintage looking little picture there. Some of the little sticker pearls and some pretty trim up here. Okay, so let me put this on the bottom because I have several of those cards. And we'll come back to that. Another piece of this base. This one is pretty. And I cut it with some of my edging scissors. I cut the scallop on there, added some tatting, some of the heart lace, and then I added, it kind of reminded me of a big postage stamp after I cut the scallops. So I added some stamping on here, which is, you know, a postmark. So it kind of would look like a postage stamp, like a big postage stamp. And then this is another little piece here with this cute little couple trim, two different trims on there. This was the only one that was, you know, had a pattern on the back. The rest of that little card set was solid colors on both sides. This is another one of the blue ones, like I just showed you. See? And here is, this piece was placed on top of a coffee dyed doily here. Some of that heart trim, and I added a little pin, a little safety pin with a couple of little matching buttons, or little tiny buttons there. So pretty. Here's one with just I added some tatting down here. This has got a coffee dyed doily behind it with a little red ribbon that I added right there. So cute. This one has the pearl stickers on the bottom and some of that pretty trim. So cute. I love these. This one was fun. I added some trim up here, and see on the little hearts, I added that little pearl, those little pearl stickers around these hearts. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. I've never done a lot of this stuff before. Every piece I said, I want to do something different on every piece if I can. So I was really racking my brain and digging through my stuff. But here's a little piece of trim here. That's the tablecloth. Here's some little sticker pearls right there. And I put one right there too. So cute. Okay, so this one has some tatting on the bottom. See, this is not screaming Valentine's to you either. It's just a pretty picture, pretty vintage picture. And I tied a bow out of my lace here. This is the Dollar Tree lace that I've been showing you. And I put a little of that pink bling right there in the middle. So that turned out really pretty. This one, piece from the kit. And heart trim and a little kind of upholstery pin with a little bead dangle right there. That was in matching colors for this piece. This one is a pretty purple one. For that heart trim, I cut out one of the little hearts and put it right there. And then I put a piece of, this is the Dollar Tree trim, and then I added this little purple ribbon. This is just a little thin purple ribbon that I have, and it matched this back here, this purplish, you know, one of these card pieces. Whoops, I'm flipping my little thing around there. But then I have a little piece right here of the Dollar Tree trim, and I wove through there some of that purple lace also, or purple ribbon, and tied it up here as a little topper, and then added this little safety pin and a little kind of bead dangle there. So that's the whole piece right there. I think that turned out really pretty. And then here's another one where I added some lace, and there's a little wooden heart right there that says love on it. So cute. I even got that at a thrift store this past, when did I get that? In October, end of October, when I was in Florida. I got that in Florida. That little wooden heart. So this piece here I put on here, and you can see kind of the blues in here, so that's why I put it on the blue. I use a little punch that I have to punch on the corners, so they're decorated little punches, corners. Add a piece of the lace here where I crisscrossed it, a little bulb pin with a pretty little heart charm that looks like it has a piece of kind of fabric or a little doily in there. I have a few of those little charms. I think they're so pretty. So, okay, let's see. There's one more. Oh, I have a couple of stragglers here from the this little card kit that I'm talking about with these cards. So this one, I don't think I showed you these yet, did I? Anyway, these, I added pink bling on the top and bottom of that one. And this one, I added the lace trim and then some of the little red beads here along the bottom to match the red here. So, and that's on a purple back, but it all looks good together, you know what I mean? Even though this doesn't have any purple in it. And I held it up to it and I said, well, that looks really pretty together. So for some reason, I don't know why, red and purple. And so these are another little card set I had here that I needed to use up too. And I think I did use all the rest of these little red cards that I had, and it came with these little craft colored envelopes. And so I just made little cards, and I was trying to add more to them, and I just didn't, nothing really came to me as far as I couldn't make them look any better. I thought they were cute the way they were, if you know what I mean. So I added this little piece, but I did punch the little corners here with my little decorative punch and made that more decorative that way. And then I can write a note inside. And then this one, I love this little piece here. I don't know, just something about it is so cute. It's a little, it looks like a little Valentine, and then it's just a card. So really all I did on this one was cut that out and glue it on there, but it's so cute. This one, I had one where I didn't, oh, I have two where I don't have envelopes. A lot of times I use the cards without the envelopes. Sometimes I use the envelopes without the cards. But this one too, I thought it was so cute, and I just punched the corners there and made a little flip-up card. I turned it, these seemed like they could be turned either way. So I turned it this way and did that one like that. This one I did add a few more pieces. Under the piece from the kit, I added some pink cardstock and then some tatting on the top and the bottom. I've been hoarding my tatting, and I just said no. It's like we all get the same feeling, like we're not going to hoard our stuff or hold on to it anymore. We're going to use it all now this year. That's what everyone's saying, and I agree. We all need to use our stuff. So that's why I let go of that tatting. I think that I used the rest of it in this project. But this is another piece where I actually cut this one out in a heart shape. I think it was a heart shape, and then it had some other stuff around it. I just cut out the heart piece and put it on this coffee dye doily on this card. And I think it looks so pretty just like that. It's simple but really pretty. And then you have a really pretty card, and I can write a note, whatever, in there. And that is it. You've seen it all. So I hope you enjoyed something a little different for my design team project this month, other than a journal. But I wanted to use this kit, and you know, I thought it was really fun just trying to think of ways to use each piece different. I actually did some of it by lantern the other night when my electricity went out. I was just determined to work on this no matter what, and I didn't have heat, electric, or water, and I sat here at my craft table with my lantern, a candle, and another little light those little lights that you punch, and you click it and it turns on. Anyway, I had 3 lights here going, and I had my jacket on and a blanket over my lap to try to stay warm. And I worked on these as late as I could that night until I got too cold and I went to bed so I could get warm in my blankets. But anyway, just determination, and I got it done. And so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Happy crafting.